A brand new national study from Go Bank and Rate just ranked the 50 fastest growing and most affordable cities in America, and Texas dominated the list. But what really caught my attention, two Houston area suburbs landed in the top 15 nationwide. League City ranked number 7, Pearland ranked number 11. Now, before you hear affordable and assume we're talking about cheap houses, that's not what this ranking measured. This study looked at income, housing cost, population growth, and long-term financial stability. Not hype, not social media buzz, not which city is trending, real economic alignment. So today, we're going to be breaking down why they ranked, the real data behind it, what most people don't know about these two cities, and whether they're actually smart moves heading into 2026. Because rank sounds very impressive, but the question is, does it actually matter? Let's define affordable correctly. Affordable doesn't mean cheap. Affordable means your income supports your housing cost without crushing your lifestyle. Now, this study compared median household income, median home value, estimated mortgage payments, property taxes, insurance, 1-year and 5-year population growth. Then they asked, after paying your housing costs, how much income does the median household have left? That's what separates sustainable markets from inflated ones. For example, if a household earns $120,000 per year, that's $10,000 gross per month. If housing costs run $3,200 to $3,500 per month, there's still room to save, invest, travel, and build wealth. Now compare that to a city where income is $85,000 and housing costs are $4,500 per month. That's where affordability collapses. League City and Pearland rank because income and housing costs are still relatively aligned. Not perfect, but aligned enough to create margin. And margin is what creates stability. As of late 2025, Pearland median home values typically range in the mid 300s to low 400s, depending on age and subdivision. League City is similar, mid 300s to low 400s, with waterfront and newer construction pushing up higher. So let's be clear, these are not cheap markets. Now, income, Pearland's median household income is roughly $115,000 to $120,000. League City's median household income is roughly $115,000 plus. That's well above the national median household income, which sits closer to the mid $70,000 range. Now compare that to many high-growth cities across the country where the median home prices are $700,000 or higher, and median household income is under $100,000. That gap creates a financial strain. That's when affordability collapses. That's when buyers stretch. That's when markets become fragile. Pearland and League City ranked high because income still supports ownership. Not perfectly, but sustainability. And sustainability is the key difference between hype-driven markets and economically aligned ones. By the way, if we haven't met yet, I'm Travis, a local real estate expert here in the Houston area. My team and I help people buy and sell across the Houston area every single week. Some are relocating, some are moving across town, and others are just trying to figure out what makes the most sense for their next move. We work with first-time home buyers, growing families, right-sizers, professionals, singles wanting to live inside the loop, condo buyers, and people starting a new chapter in life. And choosing the right area and the right home can completely change how your day-to-day life feels. So if you want to stay up to date on what's happening here with the Houston real estate market, be sure to subscribe and hit that like button so that you never miss another video. And if you ever need our help, all of our contact information is going to be in the description below. Let's talk about perception versus reality. Most people see Pearland as just another suburb south of Houston, but the growth story there is much deeper than people realize. Between 2000 and 2010, Pearland grew by over 140%. That made it one of the fastest growing cities in the United States during that decade. It didn't spike because of hype. It expanded because Houston's medical and energy economy expanded. Now, and here's what most buyers overlook. Pearland isn't just growing, it's matured. It went from rapid expansion to stabilized infrastructure. It now has established master plan communities, a strong retail base along 288, and Pearland Town Center acting as a commercial anchor. It is also one of the most diverse suburbs in the Houston area. That diversity attracts international medical professionals, engineers, and corporate relocations. And those households tend to be high-income, dual-earner families. That layering of professional income is one of the reasons median household income sits where it does. It's not accidental, it's structural. Now let's talk about what actually supports those income numbers. Pearland's biggest advantage is geography. It sits directly along Highway 288, which gives it one of the most direct commuter routes into the Texas Medical Center. And the Texas Medical Center isn't just a hospital district. It's the largest medical complex in the world. Over 100,000 employees work across hospitals, research institutions, biotech firms, and administrative headquarters. That includes physicians, surgeons, research scientists, pharmaceutical executives, and healthcare administrators. Many of those roles pay well into the six figures. Now layer that with access to downtown Houston and the energy and finance sectors. And then layer in Port of Houston, one of the busiest ports in the country, which supports logistics, trade, and energy export jobs. Pearland doesn't just depend on one employer. It benefits from multiple high-income employment corridors in a 20 to 30-minute radius. That diversification creates income stability. And income stability is what protects affordability. It's not just homes cost in the mid to 300s to low 400s. It's that households buying them often have professional, dual income structures tied to strong economic engines. That's a very different foundation than markets that rely on tourism, speculation, or a single dominant industry. And if you're thinking about buying, selling, or moving anywhere in the Houston area, go ahead and subscribe. That's honestly one of the smartest first steps that you can take. My subscribers are going to get my neighborhood breakdowns, honest market insights most agents don't talk about, and exclusive home tours all across the Houston area. So whether you're planning to move in 30 days from now or a year from now, or just trying to stay informed, this channel will help you make a much smarter decision. Now here's something most buyers don't actually calculate when they hear affordable. They look at price. They don't look at the total cost of home ownership. Let's use a realistic example. A $400,000 home in Pearland or League City. At today's interest rates, that might mean a mortgage payment in the mid-2,000 range, depending on the down payment. Now add property taxes. At roughly 2.6 to 3.2%, you're talking about $10,000 to $12,000 per year in taxes. That's $800 to $1,000 per month. Now add insurance, especially in coastal adjacent areas like League City, and you might be adding another $150 to $250 per month depending on coverage. Suddenly, that $400,000 home isn't just about the price. It's about whether your household income comfortably absorbs $3,200 to $3,800 per month in total housing costs. And statistically, in these two cities, it does. That's the difference between a market that stretches buyers thin and a market where buyers still have margin. And margin is what keeps markets stable. Now let's shift to League City, because most people lump it into just another suburb off I-45, and that's a mistake. League City is actually the largest city in Galveston County. And here's something most buyers don't realize. Nearly 40% of its land is still undeveloped. That's rare for a suburb of its size, which means it still has control room to expand without becoming overcrowded. But here's the biggest perception shift. League City isn't just suburban. It's coastal suburban. It sits along Clear Lake and Galveston Bay. That means marinas, boating communities, waterfront neighborhoods, kayaking, sailing, and bay access built into daily life. That lifestyle component attracts a very different buyer profile, not just commuters, but aerospace professionals, maritime engineers, healthcare executives, and higher income households who want space without giving up water access. It's not Galveston, okay? It's not downtown, but it's a hybrid. And that hybrid dynamic is something most people don't fully understand until they visit. Now let's talk about what actually supports those income numbers in League City. Yes, NASA Johnson Space Center is nearby, but it's not just NASA employees living there. It's the entire aerospace ecosystem around it. Lockheed Martin contractors, Boeing and private aerospace suppliers, Axiom Space and emerging commercial space companies. You have engineering consulting firms, defense subcontractors. Many aerospace engineering roles in this region range from roughly 95,000 to 140,000, depending on specialization and tenure. That's one income stream. Now layer in healthcare. League City sits near Clear Lake Regional Medical Center and within reach of UTMB and Houston's larger medical system. Healthcare administrators, nurses, specialists, and executives add another professional income layer. Then add in maritime and petrochemical industries along the Gulf Coast corridor. Operation managers, plant engineers, energy sector professionals. League City isn't dependent on just one employer. It benefits from aerospace, healthcare, maritime, education, and energy simultaneously. That diversification matters because diversified employment bases create economic resilience, and resilient job markets support stable housing demand. That's why League City's affordability matrix hold up. It's not speculative growth, it's career-driven growth. Now here's where long-term stability really shows up. The jobs bring people in, schools keep them there. Pearland is primarily zoned to Pearland ISD. League City is primarily zoned to Clear Creek ISD. Both districts are large, well-established, and heavily supported by the community. But here's what matters more than rankings or ratings. These are districts that actually attract dual-income professional households planning to stay, not flip, not rent for a year, but stay. Now, when families relocate for schools, they typically commit to 7 to 10 years minimum. That changes the housing market dynamic. You don't get very much rapid turnover in these areas. You don't get speculative churn. You get stable home ownership. And stable ownership reduces volatility. And reduced volatility protects affordability. That's one of the biggest differences between a suburb like Pearland or League City and a fast-trending urban pocket. These markets are driven by long-term households tied to career anchors in school systems. That's why appreciation tends to be gradual rather than explosive, and gradual appreciation is healthier. So who are these cities actually for? Well, League City and Pearland are strong fits for dual-income professional households, medical industry employees, aerospace engineers, energy sector professionals, corporate relocations, families prioritizing stability and space. If you want a 3 to 5 bedroom home with a yard, if you want structured master plan communities, if you want predictable appreciation instead of volatility, if you want access to major job hubs without living in high density urban cores, these markets make sense. Now let's talk about who they are not ideal for. If you're looking for a walkable nightlife, high-rise condo living, inner loop urban energy, sub $300,000 entry pricing, or a highly speculative short-term flip, this probably isn't your lane. You're going to be driving most places. You'll trade walkability for square footage. You'll trade trendiness for long-term stability. And that's not a bad thing. It's just a different lifestyle and decision. Now, the key is alignment. If your lifestyle goals match the economic structure of these cities, that makes sense. If not, there are better options in the Houston metro. Now let's zoom out and look ahead, because rankings are snapshots in time. The real question, what could change in 2026 and beyond? First, the positives. All right, we have the Texas Medical Center is continuing to expand. Port Houston continues infrastructure investment. NASA remains federally anchored, which adds long-term aerospace stability. Houston's economy remains one of the most diversified in the country. Energy, healthcare, aerospace, logistics, manufacturing. That diversification protects suburbs like Pearland and League City. Now, what could shift? Well, we have interest rates. If interest rates remain elevated, affordability begins to tighten, even in strong income markets. Property taxes are always a part of the Texas equation. And insurance costs, especially in coastal adjacent areas like League City, can fluctuate depending on storm activity and state regulation. Traffic congestion along 288 and I-45 will continue to increase as population grows. Those are the real considerations. But here's the difference. Markets that are built on job diversity and dual income households tend to absorb shocks better than markets built on speculation. That's why Pearland and League City rank high nationally. Not because they're immune to change, but because their economic foundations are stronger than most people realize. When you zoom out, this ranking isn't about price. It's about alignment. It's about whether income, jobs, population growth, and housing costs still make sense together. And right now, League City and Pearland are balancing these variables better than most cities across the country. They're not the cheapest. They're not the flashiest, okay? But they're economically grounded. And grounded markets tend to outperform hype-driven ones over time. If you're relocating to Houston and you're trying to decide where your income stretches responsibly, or if you already live here and you're thinking about your next move, understanding the economic structure behind a city matters more than just scrolling through some listings. And by the way, if this is your first time to the channel and you want to learn everything that there is to know about living in Houston, Texas, be sure to subscribe below and tap the bell so that you'll be the first one to hear about the neighborhood market updates and relocation strategies. My team and I get calls, texts, and emails every single day from people just like you who are looking to make their move to Houston, and we just absolutely love it. So look, whether you're looking to move in 9 days or 90 days, just give us a call, send us a text, or shoot us an email, and we'll be happy to help you make that smooth move to Houston. And until next time, we hope to show you around town.